Gio, thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Reyna Harvey. I'm a broadcast journalist, and we are featuring Gio DeReese for our spotlight interview on first generation college students who are thriving as working professionals now. So I'll ask you, Gio, what's been the greatest asset that you have used within your professional journey because of your experience as a first generation student?
So I'm Gio DeReese, First Book Done. I'm the founder of First Book Done. I help people actually self-publish their first book. So that's what I do. And in terms of the greatest asset, I would say critical thinking is the greatest asset I think I got out of the whole experience. And the reason why I say that is because as first generation students, we're often not given as much resources as other people. And so I have to figure out how to make something out of nothing. And so because of that, I've been able to see that continuously work in my professional journey. And I'm still using that skill set today.
That's beautiful, Gio. What are the top 3 things that you did in college that prepared you for career success after graduation as a first gen student?
One I would say is definitely getting a part-time job so that I can go and have actual experience and be able to speak on what I would like to study or what I would pursue as a career. And then also just to see if this is something that I want to stick around in. Another one would be choosing a field that I wanted to do versus the social pressure or the familial pressure of having to do a specific profession. So I chose what I wanted to do, despite the fact that, hey, doctor, lawyer, engineer was not the thing that I was pursuing per se. And then also the last thing I would say is I minored in business. And that whet my appetite just enough so that I can understand a little bit about marketing, a little bit about business management. And so now being an entrepreneur, I feel like that minor really gave me just enough to kind of get the wheels going.
I love that. I love that, Gio. What's been your greatest professional challenge as a first generation college student, and how did you overcome that specific challenge?
I would say networking was the biggest challenge. And the reason why is because growing up as a first generation student and, being born of Caribbean descent parents, I was told you go to school to get grades. You didn't go to school to make friends. And so I never understood how to leverage relationships because I was only supposed to have a relationship with a grade. And so that was definitely a challenge for me. And the way I was able to overcome it was I literally would go and attend conferences and invest in mentorship and coaching so that I can ultimately bridge the gap of what I lacked in the relationships that I should have had when I was a first generation student in college.
Oh, I love that. Networking is key. Networking is key. All right, Gio, and I ask you to leave us with this. What is one word of wisdom and you wish you knew when you graduated from college as a first gen student?
I would say one word of wisdom, it would be experimenting. And I say experimenting because I believe when we graduate college, the idea is that we're finished and we don't think that we are still exploring. And I think we still grow, we still change, we still adjust. And I believe if you experiment and you're open to more things, then you might really find what ultimately you were meant to do.
I love that. I think those are some powerful words of wisdom for me, Gio. Thank you so much for joining us today. We so appreciate you.
Thank you.